Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us once again for our third open mic session. We're so excited that you guys are here.
Awesome.
Give me one moment. I'm gonna have my husband and my partner take over for a moment.
Awesome. Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you for joining us for the third time that we are very grateful for you guys taking the time and coming out and doing this. So we definitely appreciate it. It's going to be my first time actually here hosting with my wife on this occasion. So I'm just really excited to meet everyone and to just come out and just show support for the music like in the background. So always heard but never seen. So here I am making my YouTube debut. Woo! Go James. So we will, I guess, just waiting now.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for a few people to come in for the performers. So right now we're kind of going to just talk about what it looks like, why we even started this open mic, and like why now. So for us, for me, I felt that as poets, as artists, who whatever your craft is, I think that it was a safe way, a safety net for us to kind of just come together and figure out how we can still perform and how we can still get our artistry out there in a fun and just clean way. And I thought that this platform would be super cool. And then we're also going to start doing interviews, and we're also going to start doing some other great things. So you have someone coming in today who we're interviewing. We're super excited about it, from Illinois. We have people coming in from a few places around the world, Georgia, Washington. So we're really excited about what this has brought. Our first show, we had people from South Africa and people from United Kingdoms come in. So I just think that this is a great way for us all to interact and just, get cool together.
Exactly.
Wow. Great co-hosting skills, right?
I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah. So right now we're just waiting still for a few more people. So I will start us off with a small something light poem. I'm going to be utilizing my phone tonight because, as you guys know, and I told you guys this before, I am not good with memorizing my poems. So I have to learn. I will get there, but I'm not quite there yet. All right. So first poem I'm going to perform is called Gentle Giant. Very simple poem. And this is a poem that I wrote about my husband some time ago. This is before he was my husband. He was just my boyfriend at the time.
The influence and impact that I have on your life. I love it.
He doesn't know that it was about him. So this is his first time hearing it as well. So
I knew. I read it like 3 times.
He did not.
I just didn't tell her.
So here it goes. He's so gentle with his words. My gentle giant, wherever everyone hears his fee-fi-fo, I hear him singing, kissing me ever so softly with his pretty words knit into a sigil for me. Proof that he was proud of the woman I have grown into. Make his words dance to hear in my laughter, whatever it takes, so his queen is captured by ever growing her love for her king, for who he has to offer. I will protect you, even from you if I have to, my giant whispered. For no rhyme or reason, he chose to love the weak, feeble woman turned queen. He saw the beauty in her before her crown glistened. He loved her while she was still in chains, and they feared him to be a giant. The replica of Khan, vicious, but he was my gentle giant. They didn't even scratch the surface and read my giant's purpose. It was only because he was a giant. And I, enchanted by my giant, and that was cloaked in love, he never had been tampered or destroyed. He's my happily ever after, and I have to protect my gentle giant. We are our way out. So that's the first poem that I'm reading tonight,
awesome.
called My Gentle Giant. So finally have someone in, so we're really excited. I'm going to bring him on with us. How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm not technology advanced like you, so I had to play with it. But thank God that
We
I
can't
did
hear you,
something.
Levon. We can't hear
Oh,
you. You turn your
oh you
volume up.
oh yeah. Could you hear me?
Yes,
Yes, now we can
perfect.
definitely.
Yeah. I had to play with it, so I don't know what I did, and I don't think I can repeat it. So I'm going to take it for what it is—a gift from God that I'm here. So thank you.
Yay, thank you
Yes.
so much. We're so
Excellent.
excited to have you on here.
Yeah.
Before we get into the poetry portion, we want to know like what started you with poetry.
Well, I started writing poetry when I was in high school, just to be accepted, and it was during. I was always good in English, so I didn't have no problem with that. It was during biology and chemistry, which was boring to me, that I was writing my most. So that's when I knew I had a gift, and people liked it, so I used that to feel accepted with the the people that had it all, or the in crowd. So that really got me started to get accepted by the in crowd, and I've just been writing since, ever since. So for the last 40 years.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
So, do you remember the first piece that you actually wrote?
Oh, I wrote so many. I was giving out poetry. I was giving out poetry so much, or writing so much, in high school, that I don't even remember.
You don't
Wow.
Um,
remember?
you know,
Do you remember?
maybe somebody, if I become rich and famous, maybe somebody would dig through the archives, and you
Uh,
know. So,
do you remember? Do you remember what it was about, or what it was based on, or what like made you write that first piece?
well, what? Well, I went to Overbrook High School in Philadelphia, and I remember, I do remember a poem that I put into the yearbook. I think it was 1980, because I think they had repeat championships 80. I mean 79 and 80, um, the city championship. So, and I know that was once more. So I know that talked about the winning the public league championship in Old Brook in 1980. I graduated 81, so I believe, I remember, if I'm not mistaken, that poem is in the yearbook. So, but I haven't checked out the yearbook, so I've been trying to track it down to see if it's in there. But I remember that poem definitely. You know, like that was something that I felt good, because I felt accepted with my poetry. So, I felt that I could, be with the in crowd and hang out with them, and, not feel you know, have some self worth. So, yeah, I love poetry because it's always been there with me.
Okay.
That's awesome.
And so, what did it feel like when the first time that you performed? Like, what was that like for
I,
you?
I the first, well, I definitely was scared, and I can't remember because it's been a long time. I've been performing open mics for a long time, and for years and years. But I've never, each time that you read, it's exciting because it's like being on stage for the first time. It doesn't get old. Even though I'm not a singer, I can imagine a singer or a comedian. They have that, once they on this, it's that pre-jitters before you get on stage. But once you get on stage, it's like, it's like, like breathing. It's natural. So, I don't mind. There's a difference between, I find, reading poetry and performing. Now, my friends say, Larry, you read poetry and that's good, but you got to perform it. So, I'm learning how to perform or become a performer, and it takes some time, but I'm getting there slowly but surely.
Mm,
So we just added your information, so we know you have a book out on Amazon. So
Yes.
want to get into that as soon as you finish performing. So we have your book information up there, and then after your performance, we're going to ask about this book you got, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to remove ourselves so that you can have the full screen to yourself, okay?
What?
Yes, this is about
Say
you.
this is so. Say this is so.
That's you sharing your work.
Yes, I'm sharing my work. So,
All right, so I'm about to leave now, okay? So here you go.
okay. The first piece I have is song and dance. This function is the side of the living where hatred and taking is the norm instead of loving and giving. In this world, along with the devil they have created, man seems so lost, but he's willing to protect his way of life and interest by any means necessary at any cost. Beware of him that from afar you can tell because he brings with him the depths of hell. From their continents there cause the masses that have gathered in peace, love, and unity to take notice out of fear to suddenly scatter, seeking out the weakest soul on it. They'll prance and in their triumph they'll celebrate with song and dance. Song and dance. The next one I have is called um, it's a love one. I love writing love poetry because we need more love and in the world, and so that's important. Forever, no more. I donned the mask of loneliness because love for me has always been a mist. I felt my life was about to change and would never be the same. It was then when I realized that the prize I needed and wanted was always right before my eyes. Your beauty and glory shall be the topic of many a love story. Many will pay the ultimate price to get a glimpse or even experience a love so true, driven by the desire to quench and complete the bonding of the souls and take it to a level no human has ever known. As we both evolve from its basic core, loneliness will be forever no more. And the last one I have is Rush of Love. Just when I was about to give up on love, it came into my life quickly, striking like a snake, but as gentle as a dove. It opened up in me passions that I never felt before, leaving me totally confused, but yet yearning for more and more. Why did love for me take so long? This I guess I'll never know. But now that it's finally here, I'll never let it go. Forever I'll cherish it, hoping of it to never ever give it up, always savoring the sweetness from the sudden rush of love. Thank you.
That was
That's,
so amazing.
that was awesome. So,
Thank you.
so what inspired you to write those pieces?
I, a lot of, when I write my social pieces, there I can say, brother, there's enough work out here and enough inspiration from waking up every day and turn on the news and you can see what's going on in people's faces and their spirits when you're around them. So that's poetry to me is like self-reflection, and as poets we have to write the truth, and what you see out here is their truth, but it's not really the real truth, which is a spiritual revolution. Which what we see now is almost like the Matrix effects, and it's really, life is really opposite of what you see it. I mean, it's not, real. I mean, in reality, life is not full of hate. Life is full of love. There is peace and unity among humanity, but as long we have, the forces that we have, dividing, and people always think that it's physical. No, it's about the spirit. So I get my inspiration, brother, by what I see and what I feel, um, and what I think that the world needs. So it's like a self reflection, and I start with myself and see how I can make it better, and I use, my talent, poetry and writing, to try to make my mark in the world, or has my voice in this world where so many people, have a voice, but they don't know how to express themselves, and they take it to the streets and do, things that they shouldn't do when they have a gift inside of them, that if they challenge it and find it, could be just as powerful as destroying your neighborhood, or misled, taking your talents and wasting it. So I believe that poetry has a purpose, and I'm glad. And I wear poetry like a medallion. Like the rappers wear their medallions around their neck, I wear poetry like my medallion, and I stand by 100% that it is used to heal the soul of humanity.
That's right. So tell us about your book. So you published a book. What is it about? Like, tell us.
Well,
Give us.
the book is, it's called Songs of Lala, and this was in 1988, 89, when I was working for the post office, and I was writing poetry, at least 30 poems a month or more, and I was writing every day just like that, and I couldn't stop it. So my friends was like, Lala, that's my writer's name, short for Larry Levan. Um, and I broke it down a lot on the first two syllables of my first name and middle name, so it was easy. And they would say, "Get a book out," but being that I had to go through growing pains, and God has everything in plan, so you can plan, but His plan trumps everything. So it this has been in the works for 34 years, but then I worked at a Thaddeus Stevens College, a local college here in Lancaster, PA, that has a printing press, and they teach printing technology. So I was able to get with them and print the book out, which was something that I thrown together just for a calling card to let the world know that I'm here, and so they can have a variety of my work. But then I met an editor recently. Um, Lisa told me, a poetry editor, and we got it, and she helped me, design it, and you could do all this on Amazon and Kindle yourself, and and that's how this book, which was published in October of 2020, just a few weeks ago, um, came about. So it started off as an ideal, and I did what I had to do, but this is the revised version. And I do have a second book out called Love Rhapsody, filled with love poetry. So now I'm working on my third one. But it's like I said, this was a blessing. And God put people in your life that can, if you're destined and you have a true heart and you're honest about what you do, you can move forward and make things happen. But God, in His way, will bring people into your life and make the process so much easier that you know I can't explain the words, but I know that when God is in control, the ride, there's not a bumpy ride. You just got to sit back and enjoy it.
That's right. That's right. So this is his link below for his book that he has on the bottom. It's streaming on the bottom. Um, Thank you so much for sharing your artistry with us. And I hope you come back again, just to share and partake in this.
If you invite me back, I'm back.
You're,
Yes,
you're
most definitely.
always welcome. Always welcome. You could just
Well,
hit me up.
I'll be back. Like
Uh,
Arnold said, I'll be back.
Thank
But
you so much.
thank you for having me, and it was a blessing that I said, God, please let me get this, and somehow I don't know how it happened, but it happened. So
That's
I
awesome.
thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, and we thank you for sharing your work, sharing yourself with us, and to everyone that's watching. So we definitely do appreciate you just taking the time and just and just being honest in your poetry and your words. So it's definitely a blessing to have you.
Yes, and I like to know that once this is over, you will have a link so I can share this with family and friends, and
Yes, this is actually being live broadcasted on YouTube right now as we're speaking. So we will send you the link. Yep, on from the YouTube, so you can
well,
see
thank you.
yourself and everybody
Well,
else can see it as well.
yes, and these are the things that during this coronavirus and this lockdown, these are the shows that that because you can reach more. Now, when computers wasn't into the things like it is now because of coronavirus, now you can reach more people, and and that's what it's all about: reaching more people and making them self-aware about how beautiful and how beautiful we are made in the God in the image of God, and we just trust Him and dig deep in ourselves. A lot of problems that we face, we can definitely solve.
That's right.
But you know, thank you.
Thank you
Mm.
so much. I'll put him back in the back room. That is awesome. I hope you guys are snapping it up for Mr. Levon. Please check out his book. It's still on the screen for you. Oh, we have another artist who's coming in. His device needs to be connected, so we're gonna wait for him to get in there. We hope, like, it's been a struggle tonight. I don't know what's going on. So as soon as he populates on this screen, we're gonna put him in. But like I said, we want to just thank Mr. Levon for coming in and sharing his artistry with us. So, honey,
Yes.
why did you decide to like come and be a part of this with us? So, my husband James, he is not a poet. He tried and he failed, but it's okay.
I never tried.
He tried once. I have a poem. I have one in my house of him trying to write poetry.
That was free. Whatever.
Yes. But he is very supportive. So what made you decide to, support in this realm?
I think the reason just like it's pretty much said is support. Like I think to build a good foundation to really to bring our marriage in full hold all together come around. So it's just a matter of just supporting of what you love, and I see that you're passionate. So it's like how do we take it and how do we go to the next level with it. So I think that it just works together. It's a beautiful just marriage of just supporting each other, making sure that that we are both heading on the right path. So I think that's what it's just about. It's like without support, what do you really have?
Oh, yeah. I didn't know he was gonna say that. I thought he was gonna say something trifling, so I feel like a bad person.
So you basically just tried to just put me on the spot to make me look like an
No, I didn't do that.
Wow.
I just thought I didn't think it was gonna be.
You guys heard
great.
that, right? So
Are you ready, Mr. Hugo? I hope I'm saying this right.
So, yes. So guys, so I know there's some people online. If you guys are still online, if you guys are interested in wanting to share works, share some poetry, storytelling, some music, or whatever that you want to do, then just hit me up directly. So this way that we can put you on live. So this way that you can definitely share your work. If you guys are still watching and looking, and thank you for your support. There's also a link down below that if you would like to see the people that are performing, that website will be YUTU:/WEK_JJL90GQ.
Or you could just go to Laying Poetry on YouTube. Just go to Laying Poetry on YouTube. You'll see my picture and my logo, and you can click the live stream.
Yes. So I know it was a mouthful. Thank you for the support. If you guys are still watching, much appreciated, much love. So I definitely, Thank you. So now we're just waiting for the next
Hey,
artist.
Hugo, are you there? We see you on the screen, but we can't see you. Are you here? Are you ready for us? We can't hear you. All right, so I'm going to remove you from the screen one more time, and then when you're ready, let us know, okay? All right, so I'm going to do another poem really quickly. This poem is unfinished, so
you're going to do an unfinished poem?
I am.
Wow.
I guess I can do the one I did tonight. So I'll do this one. So this one that I actually wrote today. For those who know me, I write a lot of social justice pieces. And I'm sorry, I'm writing the artist. Yeah, I write a lot of social justice pieces. This is a social justice piece that I wrote today, like literally right before the show. And it's just how I feel. It's called Black Adulting. So I hope you like it, okay? Again, I just wrote it tonight, so please be with me in terms of just bearing with my language and how I get through it, okay? Black Adulting. Good evening. Thank you for calling Life. Please listen carefully as our menu options have changed. Hit 1 for struggle. Hit 2 for self-sabotage. Hit 3 for generational curses. Hit 4 for leeches. Hit 5 to end it all. Black adulting sounds like hit 1 for struggle. Struggle that peels back your ancestry, skin, and language so to fit in. Struggle that forces you to choose between homelessness and starvation. Struggle having to be chained to statistical social stigmas of underpay because it is far better than no pay. Oxymorons of being under and overqualified at the same time and not being the right fit as a political correct statement for you to for your skin or color not to be the right fit, for your gender not to be the right fit, for your preference not to be the right fit, with statements of EBT is not accepted here just because of the skin I carry, that this race was not designed for misfits, so continue to carry. Hit 2 for self-sabotage. My mind is festered with battlefields of crab in a barrel syndromes and survival of the fittest fables, conditioned with affirmations that my people are not for me but against me, that we are to annihilate the competition, that this is the Hunger Game and this cannot be, and there can only be one final tribute. So I go incognito, stealth to self, and create landmines that steal life from you and soul from me. Hit 3 for generational curses, when family equates to a white picket fence of husband, wife, child, and dog. All else are flawed, where you must work to build someone else's dreams to provide for your family, that the clothing on your back defines your social status, and that it is better to work for less than your worth because overachieving is living outside of your means. Hit 4, leeches picking at my brain, feeling too far removed from to gain pain. See, they continue to pick at my brain, my most powerful possession, my most precious profession, to misconstrue my thoughts for confusion, to misconstrue my thesis and hypothesis, to misconstrue reason and purpose. They suck dry my facts and bleed out fiction. These leeches cry out for attention. They pledge allegiance to their own bonding of chains. Sorry. Hit 5 to end it all. As I sit back and watch my people bleed out before they reach the finish line, I weep. Packed up tight as anxiety, self-pity, struggle, and resentment, I loose the noose bound around my dreams, and I began to sing. One day they gon' say, all them bads gon' get in your way, so pack light. Sage in my mind of generational karma, I conclude that these options are not a part of my testimony, so I murmur, Lord, deliver me, because all I seem to do is hurt me. I speak life over my own destiny. I toss pre-existing stigmas, for I am not diseased with blackness. I stride in my blackness. I am crowned in my blackness. Blackness is my trophy, so I hold my head high in all of my blackness. I defeated struggle with my excess of trying and failing and trying again. I win because I won't fail into these traps again. And that's my poem that I wrote tonight, Black Adulting. Woo! Hope you guys liked it. Yes, please, for the artists, please come on in if you guys are coming in. So yeah, that's my piece, Adulting. Again, I am a big social justice poet. In terms of just talking about my feelings about what's going on. I am actually coming out with a book in January. It's going to be called Black Authentically, and I'm collaborating with some phenomenal people who are going to give me their retrospect on, you know, what it is for us as a Black people to, you know, kind of build our community and stand together. So I hope everybody is looking for that soon. Yeah. I do have a book out now currently. It is called Purposeful Brokenness. I will put my link in there now where you can see it. That is my link to my book. I also make handcrafted jewelry. As you can see, my earrings, I made these myself. So for ladies, if you're out there, a lot of the hand painted jewelry is 10. If it has design like chains or fabric, it's 12. I also got bracelets on there. So it's really about expressing your unique authenticity and all that encompasses. So I look forward to seeing that too. So we're still waiting for this gentleman to come in. We don't know what's going on. His thing is saying not connected. So again, we're waiting for some more poets to come on. We have a special guest coming on at 9:00 tonight from Illinois. We have an author who is coming on at 8:00. She just released her book recently. We actually helped in the publishing process of that. So I'm really excited about that. We're also a publishing company. So not only do we do these open mics and we do these handcrafted jewelry things, we are a publishing company that we want to make sure that you put your artistry out there. So really excited about that too. So anybody want to come on, let us know. We're going to play some music for a little bit and just see how things shake up. Okay, so we hope you enjoy. So this is one of the slowest shows he had, which is okay. We have a lot of people that can't come on until later on tonight. So I'm super excited about it, only because like I don't feel like we should have ended it. I just feel like, you know, we need to just go with the flow, right? I don't want to drop talent because we you don't have enough people that's coming in. We've had a list of people, and life happens. We understand it's a pandemic. We understand people get busy. So if they want to share, they share. If they don't, it's fine too. Hope to see them in the next, the next open mic. So we got 2 more people coming in that we're waiting for. Who's that? Hugo. The guy we were waiting for. They're not going to do the show here. Get in there. Just come back on. We have people.
What time is it?
Pause.
Okay.
All right. We see Mr. Hugo. Let's see if I can get myself back up on the screen. Let's see how I do this. Give me one moment. Work with me. Work with me. Here we go.
That's so big.
I know. Gotta get out of here. Hold on. Mr. Hugo.
Yeah. What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? It took me a long time getting to here, right?
We
But,
see, friend.
Yeah, I was getting a little frustrated. Yeah,
I
but
understand, man. It's just we trying to all learn the technology, right? So
yeah, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
can you tell us about yourself? We're so excited to have you on.
All right, so I'm from Annapolis, Maryland. I'm 29 years old. I've been writing poetry since my younger years, really. Um, you know, I really just became comfortable with sharing my art because I wasn't so sure of myself. It took a while for me to be comfortable to even I would say like I wasn't myself. The person who I was supposed to be wasn't who I was. So the person I became I wasn't really too fond of
Got it.
actually, if that makes sense. If that makes sense, So I kind of strayed away from who I really was. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah. We listen, I get it. And it's so funny because you said you're from Annapolis, Maryland. I grew up in Silver Spring, Maryland, where I graduated. So I was like, yeah, Maryland.
Yeah, we in here. Yeah, Yeah, we in.
I'm back in New York though, because my husband, born and raised in Brooklyn, he's not trying to hear me.
Okay, BK all day, baby. Yeah. Ain't, what he say? Ain't where you from, Brooklyn, son? Ain't nothing nice. Huh? Yeah,
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is, though. But yeah, I just appreciate y'all for the opportunity to really be able to showcase or even share my personal experience with y'all.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
So how we do this is we take ourselves out of this. The screen is completely yours. It's live on YouTube. So we're gonna let you spit your craft. You got 3 pieces, yes?
Yes, I got 3. Yeah,
And after your 3 pieces, we're gonna go into some questions and we're gonna keep it moving.
Okay.
So you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. When y'all are.
We ready. I'm leaving now.
Okay. All right. So this first piece is called No Love, Show Love. I've spent unmeasured time looking for love, made countless attempts searching for love, trying to find the catch. But the catch was I couldn't love. Because I couldn't love because I didn't know how to love myself. No blame, no shame, no blame. How could I love you? I ask. How could I love you if I didn't love myself? To know me is to know me, so know me. I want to know you and show you what love is. Don't just say you love, but show me how I show you. Because I can say a lot of things. I can say anything. I can say everything and anything, but do nothing to show you. Saying I love you doesn't prove nothing. I have to improve something before I lose something. In this case, that something is my everything. Wouldn't trade it for anything. In this world or the next, I confess. Wouldn't pick up a paradise, because with her I found my paradise. Show love, no love. Show love. That's my first piece. So do I just keep going? All right, well, I keep doing
this, and then we're gonna come right in. I'm telling you, we taking our notes, so be ready for our questions.
All right, okay. All right, I'm ready. I'm gonna just keep it rolling then. I'm gonna keep it rolling. Okay, this next piece, if you could close your eyes and visualize, let your ears remain open while I try to call your imagination to a realm well known to those who imagine as I speak. Hugo. What if roses were red? What if violets were red and roses were blue? The skies were green and the grass was blue. The moon was hot, but the sun was cold. What if old was young and young was old? What about slow being fast and fast being slow? If tall was short and big was small? What if run was walk and walk was jog? Then I guess dark would be light and light would be dark. Then maybe roses would make people sad. Blue grass would mean more than music from country. Don't quote me, because I can wear shades while the moon was out, but would need a hoodie when I saw the sun. I would have to walk to run. By slowing down, I jog, but still get to the destination early by being the latest. Still on time, while we took our time the slowest. Too slow we grow up, just for everyone to tell you to stop acting childish. We would have to solve solutions with problems, but there still would be problems. More money. Only thing is, it wouldn't make no sense. But in a sense, it could, because I couldn't act childish. It would simply be to find the problems of my solution. Depends on how it's viewed and who's viewing. But still, no good would come from wrongdoing. If thoughts of such were all doomed then, but maybe we could watch the moon rise while it rains and we remain dry to look at the green skies in awe. It would only happen if violets were red, roses were blue, skies were green, and the grass was blue. So that was, that's a piece I wrote, just kind of being a little different. So this last piece, it's called Aged. It's short. So, like fine wine, better in time, bittersweet sensations, temptation fulfilled upon our encounters. By being your acquaintance, gladly I remain, nonetheless grateful. Grateful for being able to caress your blessing. Grateful for our intertwinement of equal effort. Gracefully, I attend to your delicates, guaranteed satisfaction, guaranteeing the enjoyment will not be of selfish desires. I admit fire, I admit, like fine wine, better in time, so be patient. Hugo G. I have one more if y'all would like to hear that.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay. Okay. All right, this one is called Affectionate Investments. So you're worth much more than a JC's penny. So with that appraised, why would I try to pay less? The values of actions is to show more and say less, speaking louder, without much being said at all. You would never be the letter B in my speech unless it's followed by A and E. Couldn't be forever, but will fashion another, sitting in the sun to watch 21 sunset and many moons glow in the hours of darkness, the minutes of our silence, for the love of diamonds or the kiss of K. My heart can be yours regardless. I've tried the hardest. Oh Lord, I tried, and Taylor knew that trying to replace me was heck of a headache and a lot of bags, but she chose to go shopping. In that same store, she found nothing that was looked for. Maybe tomorrow will bring hope, and then she can look forward to trying Macy's. Thank you.
All right, you gotta tell us about the pieces, man. What's going on?
I just have a quick question for the last one.
Yes,
who's
sir.
the girl who broke your heart?
many. I had many. My heart was broken many times, but so I just use the process to heal, you know, and they just give me motivation and you know, they inspire me to inspire. So, you know, that's part of life.
It is.
That's awesome.
Because, you know,
Yeah.
I felt
Yeah,
that.
yeah, my heart was broke though, plenty of times. Yeah, but
I
yeah.
want to know about the other piece when you said, "What if violets were red?" What was your thought process? What was going on?
Okay, so I wanna you know, I'm actually working on a book called Thinking Outside the Box, and this book is going to be poems that are like very different, and in the sense of things that can be possibilities but not, you know. So it's like you know, for us as artists, we have a very great imagination, you know.
Yes.
You know, whether you art is music, whether your art, you know, whatever your art is, you have an imagination. So certain things, even though they don't make sense, they do. You know, so it's like a kind of like what is called abstract
Yes.
belief. Yeah. So yeah.
So what started? I mean, so we understand that you went through some pain and you had to go through some character changes to get to where you are now, and it's kind of like this
Mhm.
collaboration of life and artistry together. Like, where do you
Yeah.
see your artistry evolving into?
You know, so my biggest thing is just trying to be able to have a platform and network with artists. So I see it going to places that that's beyond, you know, further than I can see. But I see great things. I don't know what that great thing will be, but I just know it's greatness, and I'm just happy with being able to just share my pain and let people know that it's okay to hurt, it's okay to cry, it's okay to be angry. Just really embrace your emotions in any kind of way. You know, that you know emotions are given to us to be felt and to get over them. You know, it's not supposed to break us down as far as dwelling on them. So life is about evolution.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So why does it take you so long to share your craft with everyone? I know you said it took a while, so you're a late bloomer.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah. Yeah. So the funny story is right. As a kid, I had a journal, right, and I didn't even know I liked poetry. You know how you go through things, phases where you find out what your passion is or what your likes and your dislikes is. So I never even was aware that I really liked poetry. You know, I like so finding myself, I like plays. There's a lot of things that I like and thought I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like the things I like wasn't what I really like, and the things I didn't like was what I really like. So you get what I'm saying? That makes it was I was backwards. So when I turned the car around and I began to get in the driver's seat, you know, I seen my destination.
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe it was so I was afraid of judgment. I was so to answer your questions, I was afraid of judgment, ridicule, how people viewed me, so on and so forth. But it doesn't matter, you know. It doesn't matter really. Long as I'm okay and you know the higher power of my understanding. I just want to be cool in God's eyes. That's all that matters. As long as I'm cool in God's eyes, I'm good. And I can when I see people smiling and stuff. And like what y'all got is a beautiful thing, you know, man. I support y'all and commend y'all so much. And I look forward to, you know, this is gonna be the beginning of something that I, you know,
Yeah.
misunderstood, you know. So
I'm so
um
excited. I'm so grateful that you came on. Everybody who's viewing, you have Hugo V's information scrolling in the bottom. You see him. His SoundCloud is Hugo V
yeah,
on the
yeah.
bottom of the screen. We want to
Instagram, go
support him.
Hugo. Instagram, go underscore Hugo underscore go. Um and
Perfect. And hopefully we can collaborate because, like I was saying earlier, we have our own publishing company, so
oh
where we don't take no royalties. So you
yeah,
know, like we trying to make sure everybody winning and everybody eating. So let us know
yeah.
like how we can collaborate and help you. You know, it's about
Okay.
networking, like you said, and building this beautiful community.
Yes, yes, yes. So I read something, and it's like I just read something. You know, today I want to leave with this. That the world doesn't owe us anything, but we owe the world everything. You know,
That's
so
right.
it's not about it's about helping people to help people to help people to help people. And eventually, that will change the world. So
yes, and if
Yeah.
everyone thought like that, and then I believe that the world would definitely go
that's it.
smoother. And this is
Mhm.
why we do have this platform because, like she said, it's to give you guys a voice. We don't get anything from this, but just the enjoyment of just really listening to other artists, listen to everyone's unique talent, and the way that they express themselves. And I just feel like everyone has their own gift, have their way of doing it. So it's more like you're thanking us, but at the same time, we should be thanking you because the fact that you are sharing yourself with us, and and it's always one of those things that every time someone does a poem or say something, I don't think people realize that you're actually sharing yourself with someone. So we get a little piece of you and a better idea of who you are as an artist to really understand your work. So it's really I'm going to say thanking you for giving an opportunity to really just share yourself with us. And I really appreciate that.
Thank you. And you can, I'm also on YouTube as well.
Send us the information in the chat box so we can advertise it on our page. That's what we do. We support each other.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. The gift that keeps on giving. That's right. Yes. Thank y'all so much. And I look forward to collaborating and really building with y'all. And this is the beginning of something extraordinary. So
thank you.
I'll stay in contact. I will keep communicating, and we will go from there.
Absolutely. So I want to bring in the next person, but thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
You guys, that is so awesome. Like we're really having a great start to this open mic that I'm really excited about. It was a little slow. We're not gonna lie, but we're super excited that it's moving along now. So we have a feature, one of our first features up. His name is Samuel. I am going to have him introduce himself in one moment. Just so you guys know a little bit about him, he is from the Dominican Republic. He is a motivational speaker. He is a poet. And I don't know him personally, but just speaking to him for these past couple of days, I am inspired. I can't wait to hear what he has to say. And I'm going to have him introduce himself now. Okay, you guys? Hi. Hey, oh, you're frozen.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. You kept freezing.
I'm so happy.
Oh, no.
Pardon me?
You keep freezing.
Is it?
Oh, you're frozen again. Let's see what happens. Oh no. You're frozen.
You're gonna start singing Frozen?
Yep, I love Frozen. So TMI, I am a big kid. I love Disney. Disney Plus was my treat during COVID from my husband, so I'm really excited. All right, so I'm going to take this. I'm gonna start you over, okay? So I'm gonna take you out and see if we can get you in when you're ready. Okay, I need you to fix your connection. Okay, so he's frozen, unfortunately. So we're gonna move on to the next person who is here. She's also a feature. She is a poet. We just published her book, and we're super excited that she is here. We got Naz. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
You.
I'm good.
Great. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Nastasia. I go by Naz for short. I am. Is it me or is it you? I don't know. You good?
It's good. Yep.
Okay. I'm 21. I live in Jersey. I'm a nursing student at the moment, so I am pretty tired. But nonetheless, I came to support you in your open mic. So I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anything for you.
I love it. I'm putting her banner up now. So tell us what's going on. Like, tell us about your book while I'm getting your banner ready.
Well, my book is basically a compilation of poems about myself, about my life. I started writing it about 5 years ago when I was in secondary school. I used to live in Trinidad and Tobago before I moved back to the States. And poetry was something that I always loved to do. I was just very scared to put myself out there. And I'm so thankful that I met Leilani because I published my book yet. So I'm really, really excited. It's been out almost a month now. And I'm just like reaping the benefits now. I'm just seeing that I'm just glad that everyone's like loving my work, that I took a lot of time to put out there, put a lot of myself into it. And that's pretty much it. It tackles topics like suicide, depression, anxiety, absenteeism. I didn't grow up father in the household, and then the father figures that I had in my household weren't the best. But I overcome certain things. And I'm just here today to say that I'm in a much better place, which is really great. And I'm just really happy to be here.
Yay. Awesome. So we have her a banner at the bottom. We have her Instagram and her website. So you can please, please, please buy her book. It is an amazing book. I'm not saying it because I helped to publish it. Like when you really read through it, it gives you a story. So like everybody who like it's the trending theme, right? We're sharing ourselves through our poetry, right? And to share yourself is such a toxic and a heavy burden. And to be able to articulate that in such a poetic way is just so it's a really amazing book. So I'm gonna have you take the stage. Me and James are leaving you. This is all you, my love. Okay. 3 pieces.
Okay, I'm reading from my book that Leilani helped me publish. So this is it. It's called Take My Breath Away. And I will start by reading a poem called Too Late. It's a poem that I wrote about a past friend that he liked me, but I was just in too much of a hard position to like him back. And then when I finally realized that he moved on, I let you go, hoping you would come back to me. I just needed a few moments to finally clear my mind. I wish I was clear in your mind. I wish you could have seen the scars on my heart. I wish I'd let you. I was never taught how to love, so I apologize if I did it wrong. You are a gift bigger than expected, a gift that I stupidly rejected. We made memories, history, epiphany. You were like ecstasy. You were the only one that could save me overheat. You were too good for me. Love is blind, and even with my astigmatism, I couldn't get it right. But I was supposed to be enough. I was supposed to be enough. I know I'm too late, and I'll never be right on time. I should have tried, but I had no more fight in me. I had no more life in me. A punching bag that got hit too many times and just needed to protect this little heart of mine. So I am sorry. I treated you different, broke inside of me. You were more than suitable for me, and I'm glad to see that you are finally happy with someone that's not me. There will never be enough stars in the sky to express the love I had for you, and I hope the words between us exceed too, because I can't stand the thought of looking at you and remembering everything we've been through and not being able to hold a conversation. I think it's long overdue. I guess I am finally letting go of the past, and I'll always love in the future. And I'll never know, I'm sorry, if it's untimely, because evidently I am too late. When I wrote that poem, I probably cried 2 days in a row because I didn't want to tell him that I wrote this poem about me, but he had to know how I felt, because I was the type of person that I would not be able to show my emotion. And how I didn't know that you were feeling like this all the time. And I was like, yeah. So that's how that poem came to be.
Hey, do you have
I
any
also wrote another poem.
to
Want me to
you?
continue, Lil? If
You have your phone next to you, my love?
I do.
Just causing static on the computer, my love. We want to make sure we hear everything perfectly.
Okay.
Thank you, my love. I'm taking us off now.
You're welcome. This one is entitled Die For Me. I wrote Die For Me when I used to work in New York, and working in the center of Midtown, we see a lot of homeless people. When I moved back to New York, I really didn't know that. I've just been so out of like tune with America. I know like in the Caribbean, we have like a lot of people that we call vagrants, so like homeless people. So like to see that many homeless people in like America, because everybody thinks, oh, America is this bright, shiny place of opportunity. Everybody's good, everybody's set, and it was just so much homeless people, and every single one of them like would smoke cigarettes. I was just like, why are they like homeless and they're like just smoking cigarettes? And I was like, they're literally willing to die for this thing, and that is how I wrote Die For Me. So here it goes. Do you like having me between your fingers? Do you enjoy putting me in your mouth? You cannot get enough of me, but this relationship requires sacrifice. So I want your teeth, because no one else deserves to see you smile. And I want your voice, because I want to be the only one you speak to. As far as your organs, I require your lungs, the tree of your life, because I want to be the only one that takes your breath away. Do you mind sharing? I get passed around a lot, and I'm not a fan of children, so I hope you don't want kids. I hope you are ready to sacrifice your skin, because love wins, and you love me more than you love to breathe, more than brain failure, more than lung disease, more than you love to speak. Baby, I am the only one I am the only one that gets you to your peak. My toxic power has made you weak. I would ask you if you'd live for me, but you rather die for me. Thank you. And I have another one. This is one of my favorite poems in the book. Liloni told me that this was one of her favorite poems in the book as well. It's called For Women, For Women. FOUR women, FOR women. I wrote this. This was one of my first big poems that I wrote that I was actually very, very, very proud of. I wrote it about 4 years ago when I lived in Trinidad and Tobago, and I am such a big Nina Simone fan, and I love her music. And For Women at that time was really powerful. I heard Jill Scott sing it, and I was just like, wow. And then I listened to the original, and I was like, oh my goodness. Like Nina Simone on a whole was very, just everything that she's been through in her life. And I wrote this poem. Now I do not sing, so I will read the stanzas of the song and then continue. You will get the gist of it as I go along. My skin is black. My arms are long. My hair is woolly. My back is strong. Strong enough, inflicted again and again. What do they call me? My name is Aunt Sarah, but you chose to call me nigga. Day in and out on the fields, I was your best cotton picker. So please, you chose to take advantage of me with a tool no bigger than my pinky finger, and the nose in my scream only came out like whispers. Slave was my title, but pain was my storyline. Physical attacks on my body bit my skin like fine twine. Drink out my body like I was sweet wine squeezed off a vine, entwined in the perfume called rape. Shame covered me like a heavy scarlet cape, no escape from the man I called the master. This situation left me in a state of mental disaster because I never knew that black and white and yellow, and now I was bearing a mulatto child for the white fella. And her name was Sophronia, and her hair was long. Between two worlds, she did belong. Her father was rich and of her mother late one night. And what did they call her? Her name was Sophronia. Sophronia, like the powder. Sun rays dance on her skin like sunflowers. Blue skies, but heavy showers. Bastard child she was, no powers. Paying for a crime that she didn't commit. Between two worlds, her lifestyle did split because the whites always treated her like shit and the blacks never thought that in she did fit, so she quit. Her wrist she began to split, realizing that all they never understood why they treated her like this. Society now gave birth to a misfit. So she ran from the only place she called home, escaping from her psychological dome. On dirt tracks, her dark soul began to roam all alone in a mixed world. And her skin was tan, and her hair was fine. Her hips invite you, her mouth like wine. Whose little girl was she? Anyway, what did they call her? Her name was Sweet Thing. Let me take you to a place of gin and moonshine, where the men that visit her must wait in line. Skin so rare and beautiful, so divine, she was a top seller for any fine. Her tongue wrapped around your mind as she tasted your soul. Snake hiss in her sound as she swallowed you whole. Hair stood upon your neck as she made you move, but she was definitely in control of that stripper pole, collecting dollar bills, trying to buy back her ego. She was broken. Her spirit of loneliness was greatly awoken. Consumed by her life, she left unspoken. Like the way her father carved out her womb with his bare hands, stealing her daughters and her daughters' daughters from right beneath her. Her, a statue, a beautiful dead mannequin. And my skin is brown. My manner is tough. I'll kill the first been too rough. I'm awfully bitter these days because my parents were slaves. What do they call me? Angry, mother, lover, sweetness, bitch, whore, bitter, exotic, princess, bad thing, bitch, darling. But I am not your Negro. I am not your cotton picker. I am not your housewife, your servant, I am not your exotic, your trophy. I am not the ground for you to walk on. I am your equal, and my name is Peaches. Thank you.
Just from experience from being.
Thank you so much for sharing. So that last piece, everybody, when I tell you it is my favorite piece that she has written, it's so inspiring. It just, so as I said earlier, this is, I am more so a Black activist writer, right? I talk about the Black experience a lot in my poetry, and like this piece here that she like spoke about, it spoke about not only the Black experience but the woman experience and the feminist experience. And I mean, I can't thank you enough for sharing your pieces.
Thank you for having me.
What inspired you to push forward with the book?
So because I've been writing it for a long time, I had friends, I just friends that I had along the way that were like, I thought you were writing a book. When is it coming out? When is it coming out? And I was just like, I don't know. I didn't know like all the intricacies of publishing a book. So I was like, okay, I'll do the research. I'll think about it. Probably now, probably then. Like, you'll know when you know. And then when I was at Macy's, I had a friend who wanted me to write poems for his like fragrance collection that was coming out. I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then Leilani started to work at Macy's. And he was like, she writes the good poetry. And I'm like, now why would you do that? And then she was like, let me see your work. Like, have you thought about publishing? And I was just like, yes, but I don't know how to do it. She was like, I have a publishing company. And like from there, I was just like, okay. I've spent so long doing this and just writing the pieces and having them there that I just probably just needed that nudge, and Leilani gave that nudge to me. So thank you to publish the book, because as I said earlier, I don't think I would have published it if I never met you.
Oh, so thank you so much. So you don't know how much that means to me, because at the end of the day, like, yes, I helped, but it's your work. You had to be, as the artist, trust the process that like this is what we're gonna do for you, and like for you to trust the process and like see it soup to nuts is like, it's a blessing to me for you to even like trust, that trusting factor, especially in this kind of community. So I'm so grateful for you sharing and producing your work. Your information is scrolling across the screen. So again, you can find her work at her website, Nas-Veda.
Yes, Veda, as in it's life. So it's basically poetry about my life. Nas-Veda poetry.
And my Shopify. She doesn't only sell her book. She also sells merchandise to advertise her book, like her shirts. She has t-shirts, she has stickers. She did her own art, and she was with another artist. So they collaborated together. So she has like some talented things going on for herself as well. And we're hoping for a second book.
We'll see after nursing school.
Right. So thank you so much. We're gonna bring on our next poet, but we are so grateful for you. We hope you bless the mic again.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God, this is turning out to be such an amazing night, you guys. I am super stoked about this. So we're gonna bring Samuel back on. Let's see what happens. I know this has been a crazy night, technology, like for the tech part of this. It's been crazy.
Hey.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Are you guys able to hear me well?
Yes, we can hear you.
Nice. Sorry about that, though.
Totally fine.
Let me take off her banner. Let's not do that. So we want to make sure we're giving everybody their banner. Your banner is up. So please tell us about yourself.
Yes, my name is Samuel Acosta, and before even I introduce myself, first of all, I had to say thank you for giving me this opportunity to continue living my passion, which is writing, which is poetry, which is sharing my ideas and story. And thank you for that. And well, my name is Samuel. I'm from Dominican Republic. I was born and raised there. I grew up with my grandmother, who is being someone that have inspired me to become this man that you see in this camera. And for me, like I said, I'm a motivational speaker, and I love to sharing my stories and stories of people that have motivated me to become a better person, to kind of like know more about that person that is in front of the mirror. And I kind of, based on that, like I was able to kind of like write my first book, which is it's called Find Your Destiny. I did it in English and Spanish. I have it over here with me. That was my first ever baby. That's the first one, and it's so interesting how us as writer, when you write a first book, you become addicted to it. So you continue writing more. And I kind of like wanted to challenge myself to do poetry and to create short stories. So now I'm working on my second book, and hopefully and next year will be published.
It's amazing. So tell us, like, what got you started into writing? Like, you know, we hear that you're a motivational speaker. Like, what got you started into writing?
For me, I hated it before. I hated. Oh my god! I was the type of person that I always sat on the back of the class because I did not want to go into the blackboard to write, and even to read in front of the class. And for me, it first started as reading like short stories of what is it called? There's a book that is no, this one is the Diary of Anne Frank, and it was short version of it, and that inspired me so much to keep digging in the world of reading books. And after that, I was able to read some books of motivational speakers such as Les Brown, Jim Rohn, and among other ones. And that's how kind of like it got me started for me to kind of like found that writer in me.
So, question. So, did it take for you to like? Did you like help someone get through like a situation, and then it says, "Oh my God, I can do this. Like, I should write about it." Like how did that first connection happen, where it was like set in stone that you wanted to be a motivational speaker?
For me, I always like to help people since I was a little child. And it's like when you help others is basically you. I don't know. It's like a feeling that you get here. It's even hard to explain even into words. And I kind of like that feeling, and like I am addicted to it. And because like when you help others, like that's the only way that you can leave your mark in the world.
That's right. That's right.
And I started like writing like quotes in Facebook. And a friend of mine, she said like, Sammy, she asked me, you should make a comment like, oh, you should write a book. I was like, me writing a book, but then like I decided to. I didn't know how. The only thing that I knew, it was like I need to share my story and the stories to all the people that inspire me. And that's the whole reason why.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we're gonna let you get into your craft. 3 pieces.
3 pieces, yes.
Yes. We're gonna remove ourselves.
Okay.
The screen is yours, okay?
Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Well, the first one I know by heart is called Wild Heart. It's a really short one, and it came everything like when it comes to my poetry, everything comes in when I'm on my train ride. And this poem is about you not being good enough to kind of make other people fall in love with you. So it was kind of like for me my way of expressing my frustration in my past relationship. So here we go. Change, modify, redesign, and unawarded. Hiding my image, thinking, and beliefs to be noticed by you. Oh, ungraspable heart, I never lost the faith I could catch you. That idea, my belief, so intense. Everything was a fiction, and it started reading in my head. So strong without being tangible, but very well camouflaged by my heart. Listen to me, wild heart. You're not longer here, although you still live in me. Look at me now, empty, desolate, without an idea of who I am, with an addiction to that illusion. So that was a very short one. So that's the first one. The second one is called Hello Conscious, and that one came when I was going to New Haven and in a train. So here we go. Hello Conscious. I have a seed and I plant it. That beautiful seed is a new life, a new beginning. Every day I sing a song to that plant, so he knows how much I care and love. In my surrounding, I hear the laugh of others because I have different beliefs. Far in the distance, those cardboard dogs see a tree that is still small, but with a very thick roots. Sweet, the sweet, sorry about that, guys. Sweet laugh that make them feel with joy. Blind who think that my soul is being attacked and strict while I'm singing to my new life. They make fun of me, yes they do, because they see in me what they don't dare to do. Their mental change would not stop me from taking care of my little baby. Inside the D train, I am talking to my conscience, day by day reflecting on my life, always keeping the promise alive, or taking care of my little plan into my last breath. For me, this one was of that came from my people always trying to make other feel bad of and to make you look like a clown, and sometimes when you have a dream and you want to when your dream is big, a lot of people make fun of you, a lot of people don't believe in you, and this poem was kind of like my letter to my conscience, my letter to them, even though that they're not writing it. Okay, so the last one is called Soy Black, I Am Negro. I'm from the Dominican Republic, and in my beautiful country, there's a mix of European, African, French, and also the Indian. So that mix is called mestizo, which is my colored skin. And I kind of like want to go back and embrace my African roots. And this poem came out of that thought process. So, soy negro in English is means I am black. So I kind of like mix it together. So what I said is soy black, I am negro. All right, so here we go. Soy black, I am negro. I am the mestizo boy with roots in Africa. Soy black, I am negro. My thick lips are full of life. They are the warm water lake where my soulmate's body can swim safely. Soy black, I am negro. My afro hair has the color of the earth with life is sun. Soy black, I am negro. My skin is an unchanged path for history and culture. Soy black, I am negro. My skin color is like the night, which stands next to the moon in the sweet and crystal water of an oasis with joy. Together, technically knocking half of the world in the wooden chair into falling asleep. Soy black, I am negro. My broad and large nose has a beauty that does not compare with a ruby. Soy black, I am negro. My ancestors' bones have built an entire civilization of wood, cement, stone, metal, and have created homes for all inhabitants. Soy black, I am negro. My brown eyes are like the star that reflects the internal beauty of my soul. Soy black, I am negro. My skin color is the temple full of light, life, hope, dream, greatness. It is my home. Thank you, guys.
Snaps. That okay. Please talk. Please explain, because like I said, I'm in love with soy. I can't pronounce it. Negro. Soy negro.
Negro, sí. Soy negro.
Yeah. I'm in love with it. So please tell us the background behind it.
For me, it's just like kind of like it's just like in my back in my country, there's like some discrimination with the Asian. You're not on all Dominicans, but some of them they're very discriminated to our neighbors. And and for me, even when I did this poem, it was kind of like me knowing my roots, me embracing my ancestor, me embracing the whole history about this guy that you see over here, and I kind of like wanted to create that for for my sister. But like even when I publish it on the social media, there was another person. There are always going to be people talking. So there was a comment that guy that said to me, "Oh, you're not Black, you are Dominican."
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I know where his whole mentality is. So I did not comment him. I just basically like it, and that's about it. Because like the silent would talk more than me. So
Exactly. That is amazing for you to even. I mean, how are you intertwining your like motivational speaking and your poetry? Like, how does it intertwine for you?
Yeah. Like for me, that was big. For me, this poetry is kind of like undressing my soul, like deeply undressing my soul, and like it's basically telling about me, about my surrounding, and but like it's hard to kind of explain, because like for me it's kind of like a therapy type of thing.
Yeah.
So even in my writing, I try to pull like what I'm going through, and I know that some other individuals going through the same thing or similar things that I'm going through, and I don't know. To be honest, even that was a hard question, but I do like in the short story that I'm creating, I do incorporating what is it called, motivational things inside, like my core inside those stories.
Yeah. Got it. That's amazing. I mean, here's his information at the bottom. What does your website, have on it? Like what are we looking forward to on your website?
And in my website, you will be able to see my biography. You will be able to see also small articles that I have created, as well as motivational video in Spanish, in English, information about any upcoming events, and among other things. So check it out.
It is on his banner. It is his name. It's www.samuelacosta.com. Please support him. Let's follow him. Let's make sure that we are looking for his next speaking event so we can support and lift him up. That's what this community is about.
Yes, and let's put him on the spot because he's gonna leave us with some motivational words before he parts for the night.
Yes.
You gotta put him in the spot. Like you gotta make me blush here up in here. I believe that they just like leave you art. Whatever you like, whatever thing that we create with our hand is art. So live it, because like when you do that, other people will do the same. You will inspire others to do the same, and that's the whole beauty of it.
Yeah.
And just do it. Just do it, because like who like for me it's like how can you help others if you don't help yourself to create something?
That's right. So we're excited. Thank you so much for coming on with us. We're gonna bring the next artist on because she is ready. Please do not be a stranger.
Yes. Thank you, Sammy.
So we're bringing on our next artist. Yes. Hello, Sakura. How are you?
Hello. How everyone doing?
We're doing well. How are you?
My name is Sequoia Houston. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I have 3 beautiful poems for you tonight.
Yes.
And I'm going to show everyone a good show tonight.
Awesome.
How are you doing, Ms. Leone?
I'm doing well. I'm setting up your banner right now so people know where to find you. Here we go.
Yeah, it keep ending.
The video, you're live right now. We can hear you.
Ma'am.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, you get well.
Like you're going in and out.
Hold on.
All right, we're gonna wait for you now.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, but you're just frozen. Oh, there you go. We see your beautiful face. Oh, you're frozen again. No.
Okay, I'm trying to hear you a little better.
Yeah, you breaking up now. So we're gonna take you off.
Okay, must be the shut off. Give it a minute. I'm gonna see can I get the volume to come back up.
All right, so we're gonna take you.
It went down.
You back in.
Hold on. Turn it up. Can you hear me better?
We can hear you, but you're frozen. Let's see. Say something now.
Okay, hold on.
Wait. Stay right there. Let's see what happened. Talk with us. Oh, she done came off. All right, so we're gonna wait for Mr. Core to get back on here. So it's back to us. I'm gonna read a book from my a poem from my book, Purposeful Brokenness. So I try to read at least one every time we do one of these open mics. Again, you can find my information at this site below. You'll see earrings like the ones I have on now. This poem is called Confessions, and it's about.
That's not about Usher.
No, it's not about Usher. It's about, basically stop living up to everybody else's standards. It's more so about like, hey, like, just because I'm these things doesn't mean I'm labeled as these things. So I'm just gonna read it and hopefully you guys like it. Confessions. I am uneducated Black girl because I do not have slapped on me and labeled completion. Masterfully designed, fragmented, not whole and in pieces. Wait, let's not start here. Let's start from the beginning. I am Black girl who was not that girl people my age associated with. Weeper who was also no eater, depression swallowed me all, where 7-year-old girls lie with petite little eyes gleaming in her doll's eyes. I lie with blood-filled panties wondering why he was inside me. Depression would smile and mask my insecurity. I am sick girl. Pain dances around my body as kids do on merry-go-rounds, contorted with no profound answers. I am the unknown spread like wildfires, wrapped in purple ribbons on May trees that glisten. She's purposefully broken. No, she's just broken, cast aside as all misfortunes are. I am unwanted Black girl, not accepted by all girls. I do not abide by society's rules of engagement. I speak with too much poise to be ghetto diva from Foster. Though vast in my vernacular, my pretty bow tie grammar does not withstand theoretical comprehension or outweighed by my practical condensation. Concubine to kitchens and sex demons, she is no woman without a he or a child or job. No, not this job, but that job. No thoughts to be had by someone maybe like me. According to society, woman equates to girl, passive-aggressive, emotional object, concubine, only to be sexually desired, petite, pretty, bad bitch, twerk queen, pageant as trophy, dramatic, baby mama, scorned, battered, left to be scattered, possession, beaten mentally, stepstool, to be nothing of any significance, weak. Well, if I am not Black enough, happy enough, strong enough, woman enough, or strong enough, then what am I? I am Green Book misfits to all books. Caressing the mats with fingers, I fit right here. I am not accountable for tags bestowed upon me with labels that from a system that was never made. I am not accountable for tags bestowed upon me with labels from a system who held all bad fables for minorities like me. I am not able to conform to tables that are unstable and stained with uncertainties and insecurities of a better me. I am powerful for enduring the struggles of being all Black and woman, for battling misogynistic and lebophobics who trample at my unwarranted intelligence. I am perfectly imperfect, but not by design or purpose, but because I am Green Book traveling to paces boldly that I am not wanted. to show that though unwanted, I'm absolutely worth it. And that is my poem, Confessions, from my book, Purposeful Brokenness. Again, you can hit the link. Let's see if Sakura is ready. Let's see. Hello, Sakura. Lovely. You're still not on screen. Okay. Here we go. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Can you hear us, my love? We see your beautiful face, but we can't hear nothing you saying. Turn it up. We can't hear you, my love. You're muted. You muted yourself. Oh, okay. All right, so we're gonna wait for her to come back on. So this is her information. Hold up, let's see. Her information is on the bottom of the screen. We want to make sure that you follow her. Hello, lovely. So we're gonna wait for her to get on there. She's here.
Can you hear us?
But we can't hear you. Turn up your volume. Hello? We're having some technical difficulties. You gotta unmute it because you have it on mute right now, Sakura. Okay. So we're gonna so I would love to hear what you guys feel and what you guys think for this open mic. So we will hope that you guys put it in the comments wherever you are. Put it on Facebook, put it in a messenger, put it in this chat, wherever you want to. Just tell us what you feel that you want to see, what you want to, talk about. Because again, this is not a platform for us; it's a platform for you guys. So we want to make sure that you are being heard, that you are out, like your opinion matters. And we want to again, this is a unique, authentic, organic conversation that we want to just make sure that we're continuously having. Sakura, you're muted. Can you unmute yourself? Because on our end, you still look muted. It says muted on our end. Okay. All right. So anyways, we would love for you guys to give us your opinions in the comments, what you want to see, what you want to hear.
Any feedback
would be amazing. We're going to try this one more again. Hi, Sakura. We can't hear you.
Can you type it?
We can't hear you. You turn your volume up. I just wrote you in the chat, Sakura, because we can't hear you. And now you're muted again. So unfortunately tonight, every time, so tonight we're having some really difficult technical difficulties tonight. I don't know what's going on. But I need you to see if you can turn up your mic because it still says that you're muted, Sakura. Okay, you're unmuted. So I will see if you could hear you.
So
you got to turn up your volume. Now we can't hear you.
It's not us.
No, it's not us. Yeah, we can't hear you, my love. Can't hear you. So I'm gonna take you off, and then we're gonna see if we can hear you later. All right. So we hope that we hear you guys later. So we're gonna play some music until we figure out what's going on with Miss Sakura, and then we have someone coming in at 9 o'clock. Hey, Miss Cora, can you hear us? We still can't hear you. We still can't hear you. I don't know what's going on, my love. We can't hear you. No. All right, so this is really bad. So we apologize to everyone that's watching. We apologize to everyone that's on here. This hasn't happened before, so this is a new age for all of us. We're all learning and figuring it out together. So we're going to have Miss Cora let us know when she's ready because we still can't hear you. You're muted. So me and her are gonna text on the sidebar so we get this fixed up. We're gonna play some music for a little bit because this is gonna be a little intermission because we're waiting for another feature who we are really excited about to have. So we hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. I know it's dragging. We don't have a lot of artists coming on, but we are doing our best. I just felt that it would disrespect the artists that did want to perform tonight to cancel. Like I just felt like people are here, they want to share their artistry, and who am I to tell them we're going to cancel because of a few people that didn't want to show up, or who couldn't show up. Not didn't want to, but they just couldn't show up. So to be fair to all the artists, we wanted to make sure we stayed on board. So we're gonna play some music, and we can't wait.
Give me an interview.
No, I don't want to interview myself because this is not about me tonight. This is about the other artists.
You are an artist.
We will interview me later. All right. So we hope you guys enjoy the music for the next 5 minutes. Well, 2 minutes. I'm sorry. You can't talk with me.
Huh? Did you access on the first?
Where's my phone? Oh.
So I mean, when I have my
Let me
mouse.
see. Can you hear us? Talk. Say something to Kara. Say something. We can't hear you. I'm gonna just fix it. So Cora, look in the private chat. Look in the private chat. She gotta take it off mute. Let's pause it. Turn it up a little bit, Sakara, because we can't hear you. Sakara? Can you hear us? See, we can't hear you. Do you have headphones in? Take the headphones out if you got headphones. No headphones? Yeah, your connection is really bad, my love. We can't hear you. Let me see if I can do something on my end. Audio. Yeah, audio is high. Can you hear us? You can hear us, but we just can't hear you. We just can't hear you. Yeah. Sorry, Sakura. We can't hear you. Let's see. We can't hear her. All right, I'm gonna play some music still, and then I'm gonna write her. She said she gonna try some headphones. This is the most boring one we have. Huh? It's the most boring one we have. Yeah, there's so many dead spaces. Like we have good, like great talent tonight. Just, we don't have enough people to fill in the gaps. I'm excited about it. You want to interview me? I just want to shout out a few Black-owned businesses that's out there. I'm gonna take it from my phone. I'm so sorry. Turn this down. So we got Bling Bam Boom, which is a paparazzi company. The consultant is Neff. Neff Edwards. She is selling $5 jewelry. There is some pieces that is $25 called the Z Collection. So you can check her out at Neff Edwards on Facebook. We also have a another person called the Stable Collection. They help you launch your business from the ground up. So they help your retail business get all the information that you need. So you can reach out to Deborah Jenkins on Facebook, or you can reach out to I want to give you the right information. TS as in Sam, C as in Charlie, LLC. That is the Stable Collection LLC on Instagram. So that's where you would check out her information if you need help with your business being built from the ground up. We have, when he gets on tonight, Terrell, who has OG Radio, which is he has Monday Madness, Let's Talk Tuesday, Poetry Thursday, and Freestyle Friday. That is an Illinois company, radio station. So when he gets on tonight, I'm gonna have you talk to him about like all the different ventures of how what he does and what that looks like for him. And another company is Rap by Naja. My ladies, if you are into head wraps and masks, you need to check her out. She is absolutely amazing and talented with that. And the last person I'm gonna shout out is what is the name of his company? I'm so sorry. Joshua Barrios. He has a radio station right here in New York. It is called, give me one moment. I want to give you the right information. Actually, I have his flyer here. Just want to give you the right information. I see you, Sakura. I'm going to come to you in 1 second. Let me just finish shouting out this last person in terms of his their businesses, because again, that's what I said this platform is for. It's to support and promote everybody's business. This is called the Warm Up Show, and you can get his warm up show at Highlight Music Group. You can download the app and you can definitely hear his music. They put in this Thursday night starting at I believe 7:00 to 11, and you get every piece of music you could possibly listen to on there. So again, if you have a business that you want us to promote, let us know. We will push it out there for you so that we can make sure that you are out there and heard. Okay, we're going to see if Sakura is ready to come on. Hey, Sakura.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Wonderful. I had to find me a Bluetooth that I had from Texas. So as long as it's working, y'all can hear me. I'm ready to get at it because the phone keep knocking me out. I better go ahead and start while I can.
So I'm going to remove myself and you got the screen.
Yes, ma'am. Hi, everyone. My name is Sakura Houston. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I have 3 poetries for you. And every poetry that I perform is already in the opening. You will find me on YouTube. You will find me on Facebook, SakuraHouston.com. The first poem I got for you is called Music. It's the love of our poetry. Music is the love of our poetry. As I hit these rhymes through you to me, this is like a recipe, but poetry is in me. When I wake up in the morning, music is my poetry. Believing and relieving in these lighted sheets, knowing I'm a queen of belief. Every real quote I speak because it's fresh, I express to impress But nevertheless, I ain't stressing. Just know I have blessings. Music is the love of our poetry. The second poem is called Tales of a Queen in the Hood. Last time I performed on here, it was very slow, very romantic. But now I'm going to make it look the way it sounds and the way you're going to hear. Tales of the Queen in the Hood. Yeah, look at me now. All eyes on me like Tupac now. See, I once was lost, but now I'm found. Hmm. Remember when I wanted to be down like Brain, age 14, sipping rain, ripping and running with these knuckleheads while they sell that can. Hmm. Wow, I guess you can say life wasn't too sweet. Hmm. Wow, but life could have been better sweet. Reminiscing on all the pain, but I gained my self-respect. No disrespect, but I'm a queen. From a struggler to a hustler, and you haven't heard me yet. Went from sleeping on floors. Yeah, look at me now. My life has begun to open doors. And the life that I live, it came from hard of times. I never thought not one time that my life has been divine. I agree with everything I do, because my life speaks so true. I give my blessings to blessings of other blessings to make sure ain't no mess and it's not in my life that's true. I give you the life. I give you the soul of me and only me. I am Sequoia Houston for Birmingham, Alabama. Tales of a Queen in the Hood.
My other is called Free. It is new to me. It's very deep. So I want you to hear me out, and I want you to hear how beautiful this poem is. And I'm ready to speak. It is called Free. Free. Free as the wind, like the birds spread wings. From the midst of the trees, waving by to evil things. Eradicate vindictive things like, come on, come along on this journey. Speaking of journey, that was a cold man, straight bullet to the head. Now it's 4 years old, it's dead. It's senseless and sad. But over what? I hate the fact that that little girl never had a chance. Nor did Cupcake. Though it's sad, we cannot argue with God's plan. Let the precious baby rest as free as the wind, spreading my wings from the midst of the trees, waving by to evil things. Eradicate vindictive things. Free. Thank you. I'm Sequoia Houston, and I hope you enjoy my 3 poems. Free is my new poem, and I'm pushing it harder tomorrow. I will have it over YouTube, and I'm putting it out there tomorrow. My producer will be here in the morning, and Free is the poem that I want everyone to know from Birmingham, Alabama, because we lost 3 people this year. It was a baby girl named Cupcake. It was a little baby girl named Journey. And it was a police officer named Mr. Coleman. He was shot in the head and he's dead today. He's been dead for a couple of months now. And I'm mentoring everybody that do this to get right with the guides and do right, because we're dying every day. We have a life to live, and poetry is in me. Music is the love of my portion. Tales of a Queen is me, and Free.
Well, I don't know what happened, but you know, we're grateful that, you know, Sakura got on here and she, you know, spoke her piece. She's jumping back in now. We want to say thank you to Sakura. She gave you her YouTube information, her website information. I have her Facebook information scrolling around at the bottom of the screen. We'll have one more person coming in. He is our interview for the night. I'll give you a synopsis of who he is. He goes by Radio Rel. He is the host of OG Radio from Chicago, Illinois. He holds 2 degrees, one in computer networking and one in electric systems. He loves music, hooping, everybody, you know, basketball, and talking his ish. That's how he wanted to be introduced. So we're just waiting for him to get on here so he can formally introduce himself. I will do one last poem for the night. Again, it'll be from my book. Again, I don't particularly like to put my work out there when I'm supporting other artists, only because I feel that it should really be for other artists. But unfortunately, like I said, tonight, you know, some people didn't come through, and that is okay. Like, I think that we had great talent tonight. I'm super excited about all the talent that we had tonight. I'm super excited to see everybody's craft, that, you know, network with these new people. So I look forward to seeing you guys later on in life, and I look forward to your feedback. So the last poem I'm going to do for the night for myself will be Broken. Again, it's more so about, again, I am, like I said, I am a pro looking at undefined, like realigning and setting the atmosphere for, oh, he's on YouTube. Okay, let's get him in the other channel. So we have Rel saying he here, but he's in the wrong one. So we're going to give him the right link so he can get on, so we can hear him and we can be on with him. So I just sent it to him. Just sent the so funny. So I know, so this is what we usually do. We have one link for performers and one link for viewers, right? For our viewers, we would prefer them to look on YouTube and not flood up our performance one, because we can't put everybody on at the same time. So that's why we put people in the backstage so that we can hear everybody at the same time. So we're going to wait for Rel to get on. And while we're waiting for him, we're going to get him, you know, get this interview started. Link. All right, so the piece I'm going to do is Broken. If I can find it again.
And so what was the inspiration behind this piece?
Again, like I said, I like to redefine I like to break and redefine what people think of us. Oh, I see Rel. So that's why I wrote this piece. Like, I just wanted to make sure, like, I'm tired of people defining me for me, or society defining me for me. I want to define my own stuff. Like, I want to be defined the way I want to be defined, not what society defines me as. So it's called Broken. I am heartstrings staring into an abyss. Looking into the depths of my soul, I see perpetual hate drilling me upon looks, harsh, soft-spoken words of self-hate, bleeding through wounds unable to mend. Did you see me? waving my surrendering flag, gleaming, exhausted, joy broken, drowning. I posted 1,000+ pics with happiness plastered on the cover. Shook my ass for you to wonder about the intimacy of me. I even used God that you would deem me wise in my belief. Stripped my own identity and rode controversial trains that aim towards your following. Discussed minute themes that cater to fame, that frame greater pains of black and blue scars that bleed on intellectual properties. Fed my soul lies that you loved me because you liked a few times when you didn't even know me. Did you see me? Covered in smiles, script written, all is well. Come lay your burden here. I can be your wasteland that rids you of your pain. Fill up my tank. I'm fine. I'm A-okay. No filter to slip the gook out. Reeking in your anguish and my agony, I feed you empty words of empowerment. Cliches making the body sick. But you move on with your fix and I still reek. Did you see me? I am broken, feet fumbled over and over again, bind to fragments and loose of power, enslaved to no one's mercy, damaged goods if good can be restored within me, lost from self when being bruised with glares and raped with simple conversation is no longer considered sticks and stones, but are now a part of your identity. Robbed of the right of safety, who am I? Do you see me? Look at me. Trampled by society's rules of engagement, I must have, I must choose, I must be. Well, I choose me. Why can't I choose me? Where pain is no longer a side effect of misery, but of humility. That when that strength does not equate to masking inward aches, but I tried and I failed and I tried again. Where my dorkiness and quirkiness does not define how many likes I do not get. That my ass is not for showcase. That my beat face is not pageant for ideal beauty. That my heart is the answer, and sometimes it is not well, and that's okay because it mends just as well as other muscles and tendons do. That you would love the keeper of secrets just as much as you love those who entertain you for gain. That success is vast and not cast down by a singular perspective. Where pebbles are not thrown at those already stoned by their own thoughts and beliefs. That we birth joy in every soul that we press, speaking life and sharing battle scars, dancing a victor's dance. That this too shall pass. That sparks joy in preparation for dreams drowning, flowing as rivers. Flaw does not mean discarded. Imperfections is the beauty that caresses the body. They sing the stories that make up me. Break the hourglass mask and please look at me and not through me. So that was my piece. That's my last piece. And now I am super excited to talk about this young man here, Rel. I am pulling up his banner right now, and I'm going to put him on the screen. Hello, sir.
What's going on, y'all?
Nothing. How you feeling?
I'm good. Just got off work, flying to this other event I got going on.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about yourself, about what's going on with you, and we're going to get right into this interview.
All right, I'm slowly approaching the 30 club. I'm a lovely radio host. Only been doing it for some months, since February. I got how many kids? Like 3 kids, 4 kids. 4 kids. Just fun, loving, caring, That's about it.
So tell us. So you said that you started the radio in February. So tell us how you got started. Like, what's going on with that? Like, tell us a little bit about what was your inspiration behind starting
last year. Last year, I want to say like around September, November. I was on Facebook and I got banned for some shit that I said like 6 years ago. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm tired of getting banned on Facebook. Every time I'm turning around, I'm getting 14 days, 30 days, So I came back off for 30 days just to go back on another 30 days. So then when I came back, I saw that Mark Zuckerberg was on doing a live press conference or whatever, right? So I'm like, okay. I typed in the comments, I was like, fuck you, Mark Zuckerberg, for always banning people for bullshit reasons. 10 minutes after that, I got banned again.
course, right?
After I got, so after I got banned, I was like, man, I need a platform where I can just talk my shit and not get in trouble for it. So then somebody pointed me into podcasting. So I got a podcast called Talk That Ish that you can find on Spotify and Anchor. I did that from November to about end of January. And then on Facebook, I saw one of my high school friends kept posting about OG Radio. So I'm like, man, what's this radio show about? He told me about it. And he was like, hey, I'm looking for a co-host. You want to join? I'm like, shit, all right. Do I get to talk shit? He's like, yeah. And the rest is history.
That's awesome.
And what are some of the things that you talk about on the show?
So it originally started off as 2 shows a week, which was Tuesdays and Fridays. Tuesdays and Fridays was mainly for the artists. That was for them to come on, make it all about them. But then I was like, my producer was like, well, you should bring your podcasting to the radio show. So bring like your viewers and pick a day out the week. I'm like, well, I'm free Mondays. I'll do Monday shows. So on Mondays, I call it Madness Monday because I never know what I'm going to get. So I talk about any and everything. It could be politics, religion, anything that's going on in the world today, cars, like whatever topic I feel like talking about or that I see is trending, or I'll have like a lot of guests that would call in also. So it's plenty of things that we talk about.
Yeah. So tell us about the transition from So, because I know, like for me, right? Because I'm not a podcaster, nor am I a radio personality. So, what was the transition between podcasting and the radio station, like a host on a radio station?
So with podcasting, it's just you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you have somebody doing it with you, it's just you, and you're just talking nonstop. There's nobody else to talk with. There's no music that you get to play, no commercial break, no nothing. So you just have to like talk forever. You got to figure out what you want to talk about. Create a structure and then just talk for however long you want to do the podcast. And switching to radio was different because now I had to incorporate music. And it's like, well, how the fuck do I do that? But then once I learned the, tricks of the trade, I'm like, oh, okay, it's simple. All I got to do is click a button. But it's the radio side is more better. I get to have a conversation with other people. You know what I'm saying? So I like that better. And then I have a call-in number, so people can call in.
Yes.
And talk whenever. So I like that versus just podcasting where it's just you, and you got to figure out what you want to talk about, how long you got to talk about it.
Right. All right. So you said that you had 2 platforms originally. It was Tuesdays and Fridays, and it was for artists. Now you have 4 days.
Right.
So you have Madness. Let's talk Thursdays and Tuesdays.
Right. So the poetry came. My other co-host, B-Trey, he was like, man, I think we should do poetry. I was like, okay, I'm with it. Let's pick a day. He's like, all right, well, let's pick Thursdays. So we each had put out there on Facebook like, hey, anybody interested in doing poetry on the radio, let us know. So it started off kind of bad because we were trying to find out how to do it. So we tried the Facebook Live at the time. That didn't work because I couldn't figure out how to get the other person on. So then we tried Instagram Live. That didn't always work because not everybody used Instagram at the time. So we was like, well, let's just, try and get people to just call in on the show. So Genesis, shout out to Genesis, my other co-host, she reached out to me, was like, hey, I want to do poetry. And she was more consistent with it. So I'm like, hey, do you want to help host it? So she helped host it, and now it is what it is now.
That's awesome. And then, so now you have 4 platforms. So how are you juggling all 4 platforms? So that's it's taxing because you're working your full-time job. You said you're a parent. Like, how are you juggling it? How are you maintaining your lifestyle?
It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard because before I was at the job I was at, early in the year, I used to work. Last year and up until February, I used to work for. I was a contractor for Comcast, and
Mhm.
doing the podcast was hard because I didn't know what time I was going to get off work because it's, with Comcast, you're out from 8 in the morning. It could be 12 midnight.
Yeah.
So when the pandemic kind of hit, so like late February, they let us all go. And so I had more time to do the radio part once I got in the radio. And then I worked for Amazon. So I was only working part time there, so it was easy to do the show. But now, the job that I'm at now, I work from 10 in the morning to 7 at night. So um, it's easy to network with people throughout the day. But like as soon as I get off work, it takes me an hour to get home. I get home, I have like either an hour or hour and a half to prep for whatever I'm doing for the radio show. It's not hard, but it's
Yeah.
not easy.
Yeah.
But thank God for my girl because like she holds it down,
That's awesome.
all day, and then even when I get home, she makes sure the kids are separated from me when I'm doing my show. So if it wasn't for her, it would be a little hectic. But I'm figuring it out still.
Awesome. So then, I want to save my last question for my last question. So, which is the evolution of how you would like to see your radio go. But before we get there, this in particular, like you just talked about, having a significant other helping you with your day-to-day life in terms of making sure that you're well, right? So me and my husband, we're in partnership in this company and in this realm of networking with people. So how are you intertwining your relationship with your passion of?
Well, she's an introvert. And I'm more of the social butterfly. So it's, when it comes to networking, and she has her own business. She has a eyelash business.
Okay,
But
shout out to her. We want to get that information so we can promote her.
I got you. But it's more of me just networking because I'm like I said, I'm a social butterfly. So like anywhere I go, any job I work, whatever school I was at, I just I could make friends wherever I go. Network is easy for me. So like even when I only been working at this job 2 months, and I have everybody at my job following the radio show. It
See?
started off as me talking to my supervisor, then it spread it from there. So it's just for me, it's easy to network. For her, it's hard because she's an introvert. She's not social. So she leaves it to me really to spread everything around.
Got it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how does that work for you, that relationship? You being so social, she being not so social. So what's
the thing with me and her? We were best friends. We grew up with each other. I've known her for over 20 years.
That's awesome.
So it worked out that way. It kind of sucks sometimes because like right now I'm going to this event. Well, even though she's pregnant right now, we got one on the way. But thank you. She would rather not go with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I would rather sometimes her come out with me, but she's like, you're out too long. I don't want to be out long. So I was like, But if it's something really important, she'll come. But like something where it's just me going to network, she's like, you got it.
Yeah. So there's a lot of trust there, which is also, I'm sure, especially in your profession and networking, right? In the networking world, right?
Oh yeah. She definitely called me on the way here. Was like, make sure you just networking. I'm like, I got you. Yeah.
So let's come to our final questions. I know you have a show to do. We want to make sure that you get there and you're ready for that. And you're well rested.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us how what do you desire? What do you see the evolution of your show, turning into? So it went from podcast to radio. You have now radio at 4 different platforms. So what is the next what's the evolution of you seeing of your next, moves for this?
I want it to be more global. Like it, in a sense, it is because we have listeners from around the world.
Yeah.
So I check the statistics and analytics every day. Like, for example, we have a certain percentage that listen from the Netherlands, parts of Africa and stuff like that. But I want it to be on the scale of like WGCI and Power 92, stuff like that, for the underground world, because the underground artist to me is where it's at. And
Right.
I feel like, mainstream is mainstream, the big radio stations that, but like for the underground world, I want us to be just as big as WGCI and Power 92, stuff like that.
So how do you see
on the billboard.
right? So how do you see yourself getting there, right? So we say these things like we want our platforms to be, global. We want our platform to move to the next level. But without giving us your ingenious plan, like what are some of the things that you feel that you would need to do to get to that level?
Keep grinding and keep network. I think networking is definitely the key. Like I say, I started with podcasting where just like Facebook friends knew about it. Then I transitioned to radio where everybody knows who I am. Around Chicago, everybody knows who I am. People around the world that I don't know who I am. Quick funny story. During the summer, I went to go get my Apple Watch from Target, right?
Yeah.
I was engaged in conversation with the lady at the register, right? This two couple approached me, two other couples, two white couple approached me. It's like, hey, are you Radio Real? I was like, yeah. Like, how did you know? It's like, oh, I could tell from your voice. We're a big fan of OG Radio. I was like, wow, first of all, how'd you know about the show? But like, I'm flattered that you listen to the show. But like, yeah, they tune in. They love the Monday and Friday shows. So like, I didn't know that, how, on the scale that how many people would listen, but a lot of people listen. I don't know how they found out about us, whatever, but they did, and I'm grateful for it. So shout out to Marianne and Joe James. I will never forget their name.
That's amazing.
So at that moment, did you say to yourself like, "Yes, I made it"?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because like I know a lot of people through life, but then just for other people who don't know me through radio. And it's like my name is getting out there where I always wanted to be, famous enough to help other people get to wherever they want to get to.
And that's amazing, right? Because this is why, this is what you hope for from a lot of, especially our community, right? So this is going to take it, to a current event right now, right? So like, how are you dealing with, the Black community and uplifting the Black community with your platform?
I'm happy to have a platform because I feel like we don't have a voice. We don't have that leader. I'm not saying I want to be the center of everything, but I do, I do want to have that voice and have other people to come on the show and give their, voice about everything that's going on, because it's a lot of stuff that's happening that I feel like is a repeat of history.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to continue to give people that their voice to be heard out here. And it's just, like I say, don't stop in Chicago. It's everywhere, all around. So I definitely want to keep allowing people to give people that platform to share whatever they want to share.
That's amazing. We want to thank you for coming on and sharing your piece. We have your information scrolling at the bottom of the screen right now. This is Facebook, this is YouTube Live. But I definitely want you to send me the information for your other things, the other things that you mentioned. Spotify, your wife's, because I speak things into existence. So your wife's eyelash business, because we want to platform you guys as much as possible, and just being grateful for you even holding this platform for others to voice their opinions or give their their talent, showcasing their talent.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. I definitely will send that info as soon as I leave this event. Huge shout out to my team, producer AK, the whole OG Radio staff, B-Trade, Genesis. I appreciate you guys for having me on the show.
Definitely.
Yes, please, definitely. So I performed the Radio Real show several times.
Yes. When you first came on, I declared you the winner of the Cash App before we even decided to do it. I'm like, yo, she has a Cash App waiting for her. So let her know at some point that she has it.
Thank you. I just recently got into poetry, like speaking my poetry. I wrote for years, but it was always nerve-wracking to share my pieces. So I was like,
But the way you perform it, true, I feel that. The way you perform it, though, you would never tell that you just started.
Yeah, so my husband, he made me do a video outside, and he's like, you're gonna keep doing it, and it's in front of people that I don't know, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore.
See? Shout out to your husband. Shout out to you, bro.
Shout out to him, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have done it. So I'm grateful, like, that partnership.
Oh yeah.
So again, thank you. We have a magazine with your information coming out on it, which we're super excited about. And we want to make sure, like I said, we want to keep platforming you. It's great putting you out there. You're doing all great things. All right.
Thank you.
So we hope you enjoyed your event tonight, and we're going to say deuces to everybody.
All right. Thanks.
Have a good night,
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys too. All right.